Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And join me today for this chat about the connection between our mental health and our physical health, and how it's not just about losing weight, but about feeling healthy. I've touched on this topic in quite a few other videos, especially my I'm Done Dieting series and my weight loss mindset video. But somehow I still get all of these fitness coaches commenting on my videos about cardio and macros, and like, they obviously aren't watching and getting the point that it's not just about weight loss. I know how to count calories. I know how to get into a calorie deficit. I've been obsessed with this crap for over 30 years, and I talk about all that in the I'm Done Dieting series, and now I'm just over it. I'm done dieting and like living that unhealthy way. And I'm not trying to bash these fitness coaches commenting. I do delete their comments. Like, keep that on your channel, buddy. If you want to be obsessed with counting macros and telling me how much cardio I needed, like, no thank you. It's literally like the diet culture that I'm trying to run away from. I have found a healthy, whole food, plant-based way to eat and live and be without obsessing about counting calories and macros and all that crap. So I don't want to be rude to these people, which is why I just delete their comments and don't start arguing. Anyways, my intention with sharing my weight loss journey is just simply that, to share my journey. Not just the pounds lost, but the mental struggle that goes along with losing weight. As I just said, we can all count calories and get into a calorie deficit. We can all do math, right? Losing weight is more than that. Getting healthy is more than that. And for me, it is getting the mental piece in place, deciding to care about myself and my health. And yeah, I want my body to look healthy, but I want to actually feel healthy, mentally and physically. For over 30 years, I have struggled with my weight and had that unhealthy diet mindset that has literally controlled my life. Literally. I can look back on my life and can't remember a time when I wasn't obsessed with food and my weight and that diet mindset. I grew up with it. And I'm grateful I grew up in the 80s and 90s before the internet and cell phones like took over our lives. But sometimes I wonder, like, if YouTube would have been around when I was like 10 or 12 years old, like if I could have found a healthy direction, if I could have found veganism or yoga or spirituality and like found that direction in my life, maybe I would have felt more comfortable being myself at a younger age. Instead, here I am, 38 years old, and like just starting to accept myself and love myself and be comfortable with who I am. Getting older has never bothered me before this year. Turning 38 feels like I'm running out of time. It feels like I've wasted way too much of my life waiting to lose weight to pursue things I want to do. I look back at all the years I spent like drinking and partying and like, what a freaking waste of my life. And now I'm 38. I look back on my life and I see this cycle of feeling depressed and then drinking alcohol and then eating a bunch and then gaining weight and then getting more depressed and drinking and eating and gaining weight and getting depressed. And it just, I feel like I've repeated that cycle like 100 times in my life, and I'm done with it. The cycle ends now. I can't stop the depression from coming when it comes, especially the seasonal depression, but I can stop drinking to cope with the depression and can stop eating to cope with the depression and the drinking, you know. So I feel a lot better now that I know I can break that cycle. I hope that by sharing my struggle with diet and weight and mental health and how I think these things are connected. My only hope is that I can help somebody else. I didn't see this cycle in my life. I didn't see this pattern like until like last year. Maybe I started seeing it like 2 years ago, but I didn't quit drinking until last August when it really I really realized it. And I don't think I have it all together. I still have those days that I feel very messed up in my head, like as a human, you know. But I share these feelings because I think that like loneliness, feeling like no one gets you, is the worst feeling in the world. I think the more we can remember that we're not alone and that there's other people, there's like what, almost 8 billion people on the planet. Like there's other people that think and feel the way that you do, the way that I, you know, we can find each other out there and connect thanks, you know, to the internet. Brene Brown talks a lot about vulnerability and shame, and I'll see if I can link to her TED Talk that introduced me to her. And now I've read like I think 4 of her books, and she talks about how as humans we are wired for connection. Like we are wired to want to connect with other human beings. We want to feel like we belong. We want to feel love and acceptance and that sense of belonging. And it can be really hard to be vulnerable, as you're witnessing right now. But that's how we get those connections. And if we don't put ourselves out there and share our true emotions, we just end up with like these fake friendships and these like surface level relationships. And we still end up feeling alone. Like, I can really relate to that. So I'm trying to be vulnerable, put myself out there, and I want to talk about more than just the weight loss numbers, but like I said, the mental health side of that and so many other things like self-esteem and confidence and like the societal pressures we face as women to look a certain way, and you know, the bullying and the social media fakeness that we then try to emulate. It's a cycle that I think leaves a lot of us feeling like we're not enough. So the point I wanted to make in this video is that I'm not just here to talk about weight loss. And I think anybody who's struggled as many years as I have with this diet mindset that like seems to control your life, like it's not just about the weight loss. It's not just about the math of losing weight, counting calories. Like there is this whole mental piece that so often gets ignored. And as women, I think that piece is even more complicated. So I think that's it for today. You know, the bottom line is that I'm just here to share my journey and, you know, hopefully connect with other people and support each other and hopefully help people realize that it's not just about weight loss. I personally have lost like over 20 pounds. I can't even tell you, probably about 20 times in my life. Losing weight is math. Anybody can do math. But figuring out that mental piece to actually change your life, to actually like be healthy mentally and physically, like that's my goal. And I know from my personal experience that when I get mentally healthy, I look physically healthy. Just obsessing about the way my body looks has never been mentally healthy for me. So that's it. It's not just about the weight loss numbers. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Hope to see you back again soon. Be well.